because right now it's evening, and evening in Japanese is known as konbanwa. Chalo, let's jump into our Japanese lessons. So this is going to be the first proper 5 to 6 minutes of language video that you're going to see. I'm going to talk about the basics. I'm going to talk about anything and everything that I have learned so far in my Japanese beginner friendly session. So if you're someone who is starting afresh and you are a beginner and you are aiming for N5, like the proper term for the beginners for the globally, whenever someone is preparing for the Japanese lessons, probably they are preparing for the levels, right? So if you are aiming for N5, this is going to be quite beneficial because this is beginner friendly, it's N5 friendly, and I really hope that it's making a difference in your Japanese learning journey. Let's jump ahead. So the first and foremost slide actually is Introduction to Japanese Language, understanding the scripts, sounds and basics. For the past couple of days you may see that I have been posting the shorts, the reels, where I am talking about each and every alphabet along with the sounds, and I'm trying to make you guys aware the way that I was able to actually understand it. Okay, so this entire video will be aiming for the same. I really hope that I'm able to carry forward whatever that I was able to deliver in the past couple of days, and if by any chance you feel something is lacking or I may have missed, because definitely guys, I'm not a pro nor am I a localite. So if you feel that I have missed out any of the points, please let me know in the comments down below, and do like, share and subscribe. Only then I will know that you guys actually are liking my videos. So let's jump into it. So the next slide actually is saying what exactly is Japanese language. As I have said in one of my videos, that Japanese language actually is quite interesting and it has 3 scripts. But before scripts, I would like to tell you what exactly a language is. Like right now, I am communicating with you in a language which is known as English. English is one of the languages that is widely spoken. Likewise, Japanese is also one of the languages that is widely spoken among a lot many people. And right now, Japanese language came from Japan, right? Because of the rich history of Japan, it actually was culminated into 3 different scripts: Hiragana, Katakana and Kanji. Hiragana and Kanji actually is the script that is being popularly and dominantly used by the locals of Japan, whereas Katakana is being curated for people like us. Yes, if you are someone who is not from Japan, you are not a localite, then for people like us, Katakana is going to be used. That is why we have Hiragana, Katakana and Kanji. And why exactly this language? Because language is a form of communication among people. So anybody and everybody, if you want to actually communicate with someone who is in front of you, you're going to either speak or you're going to play with gestures, right? Gestures later on was culminated and curated into languages, and right now we are aiming for Japanese language. And Japanese language came with 3 scripts, which is Hiragana, Katakana and Kanji. Hiragana is JLPT N5 friendly, that I have said JLPT N5 is the proper professional term, but in simple words it is going to be beginner friendly. Katakana is also something that you will see a lot many students aiming for N5 level to be able to clear. This is beginner friendly, whereas Kanji actually delivers from point A to point Z. Yes, it starts from beginner and actually evolves into all the way to advanced level, as Kanji is one of the most difficult scripts that you will actually come across in your Japanese learning skills, right? As you can also see that JLPT N5 starts from Hiragana and Katakana, right? Let's jump into the next slide. And if I have to actually understand the writing system of all these 3 scripts, is going to be in this form. Hiragana is written in the Romanji, in the basic phenotype script, like the one that I've said. It's gestures. So the gestures in a way was evolved in the one of the most primary and the basic way of understanding. You can actually understand it that way, that Hiragana is more like a gesture language, which is widely used in the Japanese culture by the locals or people in Japan. Whereas Katakana is something that is curated for people like us, right? And kanji, again, by the locals for the locals. And you can also understand that how exactly these scripts actually work. Hiragana is basic phonetic script used for native words and grammar, while as katakana is angular and phonetic script, foreign words and emphasis. Yes, people, we are foreigners, so people like us are going to use, or people for people like us, katakana is going to be used. Whereas kanji is meaning based characters and have Chinese origin. If you were able to ever study about the Japanese culture or their ancient history, you will see that China has a huge role there. They were able to actually have quite an emphasis on the Japanese culture, Japan as a country, and so on. So that is why we were able to see Chinese characters playing a huge role in the scripts of Japanese culture. And you can also see the note, hiragana is first learned because it is the foundation of all the three scripts. Yes, this is a step-by-step process. We are first introduced to first and foremost script hiragana, so that the later on scripts for us becomes quite easy. Okay. Now the next one is the sounds. The logic of the sounds. Japanese pronunciation is quite logical, guys. They are very basic, yet they are very logical. You will never find anything there which doesn't make any sense or doesn't have any logic, because Japanese pronunciations are very simple. They don't want to make our lives already tough. Where I think that because of so many scripts, they want to make our lives easy. That is why they are very simple and logical. Like I have said in one of my reels, that the consonants, when added with the vowels, the sound changes. Yes, sound will change when the vowels are attached with the alphabets or the consonants. There are few irregular sounds, otherwise the entire system is quite consistent. And if you want to know the irregular sounds, you can actually log into the reel section. You can see I have actually mentioned quite a lot of sounds which are going to be different. Otherwise the entire system is quite consistent and quite something that you can actually figure out how they are working. Example over here, K when added with A, it changes to Ka. Now let's jump into the next one. And these, welcome everybody to the 5 vowels, the core of the Japanese scripts. Like in the previous script, I said that when the consonant is added with the vowels, the sound changes. So how many vowels are exactly there? So these are many the vowels that are exactly there. It starts with A to E to U to A to O. This is how it is pronounced. So please be very sure how they are pronounced, guys, because even though Japanese scripts are very basic and logical, everything actually depends on the way they are sound, how they sound. So please make sure that you are actually pronouncing them correctly. Otherwise, it's going to be a mess. So if I have to start with A, it can start with Asa. A very good example can also be seen in the back, at the very back from the A, it's going to be Asa. The E is going to be Inu. Inu means dog. Asa means morning. U means Umi. Like sea. E means Eki, meaning station. O means Ocha, that is tea. Let's jump into the next slide. Now this is the chart of the Hiragana series, the big picture. Yes, for the past many days that I have been making the reels, I have actually bifurcated each and every alphabet into different layers, and it took me quite a while to actually tell you guys about it, and I was able to complete it together today. So if you want to see step by step, you can go to the reel section, or if you want to follow along the entire thing all at once, watch this, because you can see the entire alphabets at one place in this chronological order, and this is the only order that you have to actually maintain, because you cannot actually mug up over here. You have to follow the routine that has been followed over here. A, E, U, A, O. when added with the consonants that are at the left side, which is K, S, T, N, H, M, Y, R, N, W. And at the very end, you can also see N. When these all things combine together, they make different sounds, different words, different alphabets. So do make sure, start them, read them out from top to bottom, right to left, the traditional method, or left to right, the modern method. So this is how I have organized it over here. You can actually see it and make yourself quite pretty familiar with the entire chart system all at one place. Now let's jump into the next slide. Now comes the consonant groups K, S, T. Now one by one each alphabet is being targeted. You can see how they are actually written and how exactly they are spelled as when attached with the vowels. K, when attached with the vowels, it changes to ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. S, when attached with the vowels, changes to sa, shi, su, se, so. T, when attached with the vowels, changes to ta, chi, tsu, su, tsu, tsu, te, to. As you were also able to see that there are some irregularities in the chart, as I have said in the previous couple of seconds ago, that there are going to be quite exceptions, otherwise the entire chart system is going to follow the same routine, and these are some of the exceptions which are in red color. So please make sure that you are following along, because pronunciation is the key when it comes to Japanese language. Next is N, H, M. Now N is na, ni, nu, ne, no. H is ha, hi, fu, he, ho. M is ma, mi, mu, me, mo. As over here you can also observe there is a slight exception, which is fu. It is not who but fu. Please make sure that you are following this along. Now jumping into the N. Now N exactly is quite special because it's the only consonant which has the sound, and it actually will matter a lot, because whenever you are going to see later on the letters when attached with the N, it will actually have quite an emphasis. It will give you the sounds that are going to be directed over there. Okay, so the N, for example, is book. In Japanese it is known as hon. Hon, n. This is how it is spelled, so make sure that you are following this along. Now later on we have the Y, R, and W. In the Y row we have ya, you, yo. In the R row we have ra, ri, ru, re, ro. And in the W we have va and o as a particle that has been used in the sentences. So this is the entire sentence chart system of the Hiragana series. Now we come to the basics, the ABCDs of Japanese language, the greetings, which is known as Aisatsu. In Japanese it is known as Aisatsu, and this is how it is written as. There are 4 that I have mentioned in this slide. As you can see, in the morning it is good morning, oya, Ohayoo, not oya, it's Ohayoo. And then when we are talking about the afternoon time, it is Konnichiwa. In the evening it is Konbanwa, that I have used in the starting of my video. And at the very night we have Oyasumi nasai. You can also observe that Konnichiwa is also used when we are denoting a specific time where we want to say hello. This is one of the most safety blanket of yours that you can actually use, that I have used it quite a multiple time, because I sometimes forget when to use what. I sometimes forget because definitely guys, definitely because I am a beginner. So I use Konnichiwa at times when I forget, or when I have to actually greet someone with just a simple hello. So this is the chronological order. In the morning we have Ohayoo. I want to make it quite polite because, as we all know, Japanese are politest of the politest humans on this planet Earth, right? So Ohayoo can be quite polite by Ohayoo gozaimasu, and I have been using minasan Ohayoo gozaimasu in my videos, in my reels. You can see in the starting time that I've been using, right? So this is what it is, Ohayoo. Then in the afternoon, when the sun is at the peak of our head, like at the top of our heads, it is Konnichiwa. Later on in the sunset time, we have konbanwa that I have used right now. And at the night, when you're going to back to your bed, to your den, just say oyasumi nasai. And when you are actually wanting someone to, if you want to thank somebody, what can you say? You can say arigato. And if you want to be very, very polite while you are thanking them, you can say arigato gozaimasu. And if you want to say goodbye to somebody, it can be oyasumi nasai. Oh, it's not oyasumi nasai. Sorry. It's going to be sayonara. I made that mistake. My bad. But I do hope that you do not make this mistake. It's going to be sayonara, which is goodbye. Now is the basic self-introduction that I would like to introduce you to, because it was introduced to me and it was quite fascinating that I was able to do it. I want you guys to do the same. So whenever you are meeting someone and you want to actually greet an entire crowd, an entire place with a lot many people over there, you will use minasan. Minasan means everybody. And konnichiwa, just a couple of seconds ago I have mentioned, is hello or good afternoon. So if I want to actually greet an entire crowd, I'm going to start my line with minasan konnichiwa. Then I'm going to start with hajime mashite, which means nice to meet you. And then I am going to tell you my name, which is going to be watashi wa. My name is Ankita, as you can see in my videos also. I'm gonna use watashi wa Ankita desu. As simple as that. Then I'm gonna mention the place that I am in or I am from. If I'm gonna say, if I am from Tokyo, I'm gonna say Tokyo kara kimashita. So do make sure that mention your place, where are you watching this from, and just say whatever place you are from. Let's say you are from Hong Kong, just say Hong Kong kara kimashita. That means I came from this city. Then at the very end, we all mention, or the people from Japan most of the time will mention yoroshiku onegaishimasu, which actually means please treat me well. As we know, Japan or people from Japan actually are very polite. They also expect the similar behavior that we are portraying to the people around us, to treat us with the same polite features delightfully, right? So that is why they end their sentences yoroshiku onegaishimasu. And that is the most basic self-introduction that you can actually use to introduce yourself to people around you. Okay, so you can try it out. Next is the summary. So for the past couple of slides, I was able to tell you quite a lot. Let's summarize it out and see what's next. In this video, you were able to see the 3 scripts, which were Hiragana, Katakana and Kanji, and there were 46 sounds. Wow, there are so many alphabets. We have so many sounds attached to it, which is the master the Hiragana chart. And what exactly are you watching this video for? Definitely it's either going to be for your own personal development, or your goal is to actually clear your JLPT N5 level in the professional terms. So this can aim and will help you in your JLPT N5 dreams to be better and to clear it out as soon as possible. And at the very end, I would like to conclude, Japanese pronunciation is simple and logical. We now have the foundation. And on this note, I would like to conclude, and let's meet in the next one. Bye-bye.